I wrote my own Sword and Shield anime series, and before we get to the Galar League, in this video, we'll be going back in time to cover the secret lost episodes of Sword and Shield. What kind of adventures will we see? Find out right now and subscribe for more episodes. Episode 20. Ash properly introduces Choodle to the team, and then invites it for its first training session. Things are going well until Ash notices Choodle is struggling with its water gun. Thanks to the help of Gloria Sobble though, they're able to coach Choodle into mastering its water gun. Just then, a rampaging Gigalith emerges from a nearby cave, and Choodle uses this opportunity to prove its strength. Choodle battles with Gigalith and uses its newly mastered water gun to weaken it. Then with the help of Sobble, they work together to ward off Gigalith in the end. Episode 23. Before reaching Hulberry, Ash and Gloria reunite with Professor Magnolia, who was in the area as she just had a meeting with Chairman Rose. She thanks Gloria for her help in catching Pokemon for her research, and then asks how's her progress for catching G-Max Pokemon. Gloria's a bit bummed out as she only caught a Butterfree so far, but is optimistic that she'll catch some more soon. This leads Ash to ask Gloria on how she became so interested in G-Max Pokemon. We then flash back to Gloria's childhood, on a day trip in the wild area with Hop and Leon. They came across an injured Snorlax. Leon tends to its wounds with the help of Hop and Gloria, and then he leaves to find more berries. Eventually though, a group of wild thieves will attack, but Snorlax Gigantamaxes to save Gloria and Hop. Witnessing the power of Gigantamax up close for the first time left Gloria in awe, and when she was old enough to be a trainer, she decided to study under Professor Magnolia in order to learn all about the phenomenon in hopes of having her own Gigantamax team in the future. After hearing this story, Ash smiles, saying he understands Gloria much better now, and admires her even more for going for her dreams. Episode 28. Ash and Pikachu have just finished blasting off Team Rocket, and Gloria's impressed with the incredible bond and power that they share. As they continue their travels, Ash shares the many incredible experiences he's had with Pikachu, until they reunite with Marnie. As they catch up, we cut back to Team Rocket, who request help from Giovanni in order to achieve their goals. So in return, he sends them the Rocket Prize Master, full of Giovanni's top Pokemon. As Ash continues to talk about his adventures with Pikachu, Marnie is inspired to battle him. Just before they do though, Team Rocket interrupts and uses the Prize Master to send out powerful Pokemon. The group struggles to face them, as they're a lot stronger than expected. They're eventually able to take them down, but Team Rocket just replaces them for new Pokemon. One by one, Team Rocket are able to take down Ash, Gloria, and Marnie's Pokemon, until they're all down to just Pikachu. Pikachu fights with all its might, but it's on the losing end of the battle. Ash still believes in his partner though, and Pikachu doesn't want to let Ash down. It then gets up and unleashes a new level of strength that Ash has never seen before. Team Rocket are in shock. Ash then tells them that they will never defeat him with those gacha Pokemon, because him and Pikachu have an inseparable bond. Ash then commands a powerful Thunderbolt that sends Team Rocket blasting off. Gloria and Marnie are blown away by Ash and Pikachu's strength, and Marnie vows to train hard in order to be able to properly face him in battle. Meanwhile, Team Rocket are just as impressed with the twerp's strength, and make their own vow to be able to catch Pikachu with their own strength someday. Episode 38. Gloria is determined to find another G-Max Pokemon in the wild area, and goes on a raid battle catching spree, but with no real luck on G-Max Pokemon. Eventually, Hop starts to feel a bit left out, and wants to make his own raid battle capture. He then sees a Rhyhorn that runs into a den, and realizes this is his perfect chance. The Rhyhorn reminds him of one that him and his brother used to ride in their childhood. During the raid, Rhyhorn uses powerful max moves that slowly take down the group's Pokemon. Hop then Dynamaxes his Farfetch, which helps even out the fight. Farfetch is tough enough to withstand Rhyhorn's attacks, and in the end, Hop catches Rhyhorn. Later that day, Hop calls Leon to share the happy news that brings back good memories. Episode 59. Hop is feeling lost after his defeats from Bee and Bede. He might have put up a brave face in front of Ash and Gloria, but Hop is actually extremely depressed. He's noticed, however, by gym challenger Victor, who decides to cook him a meal to cheer him up. Victor then introduces himself, and they share a meal together. Hop thanks him and explains his recent sorrows. Victor then explains that he recently struggled against Bee as well, but was able to get the upper hand by catching his alchemy. This gives Hop the idea to catch new Pokemon. With the help of Victor and his cooking, they're able to lure Pokemon, allowing Hop to battle and catch it. In the end, Hop has formed a new team of Pokemon, and thanks Victor for the inspiration. Once they part ways, Hop begins to train for his rematch with Bee, but his Wooloo is showing a bit of concern for Hop's new training method. Episode 60. Ash and Gloria's next destination is Ballenly, and along the way, they discover a shiny Scyther. Gloria's excited to catch it, so she battles it with Sobble and manages to weaken it. Just before she can catch it, however, her Pokeball accidentally clashes with another, allowing Scyther to get away. Turns out Scyther was being pursued by another Pokemon trainer, Go. Go is a shiny hunter, and has been after Scyther for days. He doesn't have much right now, but his goal is to someday have one of every shiny Pokemon. Gloria and Go get into a heated argument about who gets to catch Scyther, until Ash suggests they make it a competition. The first to find and catch Scyther gets to keep it. As the day goes along, Gloria and Go struggle, until Gloria is able to find Scyther, but ends up losing in a battle this time. Go eventually finds it just before Gloria again, so she allows him to have this battle. Go uses Score Bunny, and after an intense battle, Go is able to catch it fair and square. Ash and Gloria congratulate him, but Gloria says the next time they cross paths, she'll make sure not to lose. Episode 61. Team Rocket are by the shore, and Cramorant discovers a mysterious egg while searching for food. Believing the egg to be its own, Cramorant quickly becomes an overprotective parent, fending off any threats including Team Rocket. As Team Rocket try their usual antics to capture Pikachu, Cramorant focuses on defending its egg, giving them a disadvantage. To prevent hurting the egg with their fighting, Cramorant learns Liquidation to send Team Rocket blasting off. Things take a twist when the egg begins to hatch, revealing it to be a Shellos. Cramorant is confused, but soon understands that it has to part ways with the baby. After an emotional search, they locate Shellos' real family and return it to them. Though it's sad for a moment, James comforts Cramorant, assuring her that she did the right thing. The episode ends with Cramorant shedding a tear, but also strengthening her bond with James. Episode 66. Ash learns that his next gym battle is at the Rock-type Searchester gym, so he plans to use Kubfu in order to win. This decision sparks unexpected tension as Thwackey becomes noticeably jealous. Ash trains Kubfu rigorously, overlooking Thwacky's feelings. Thwacky's frustration escalates when Kubfu is accidentally knocked into him, causing them to fight. The breaking point occurs during a practice battle between Kubfu and Thwackey. Both Pokemon refuse to cooperate with Ash's commands, leading to an unproductive session. Realizing that jealousy and tension are compromising their teamwork, Gloria comes up with a special training session to help Ash and his Pokemon. Through a series of fun exercises and challenges, Thwackey and Kubfu come to appreciate each other's strength and learn to get along again. Filled with renewed confidence and a sense of teamwork, Ash concludes that he will use both Kubfu and Thwackey in the upcoming gym battle, and apologizes to Thwackey for making it feel neglected. Episode 71. After losing to Ash again, Hop realizes that he needs to reconnect with his original team. Feeling guilty for having replaced them, Hop seeks to rekindle their friendship. We get touching moments of Hop playing and interacting with each Pokemon, as he tries to rebuild their bonds. However, Rabu remains distant, still hurt by Hop's earlier decision to replace the team. Hop's next destination is the Ballin League Gym, but as he makes his way through Glenwood Tangle, he's stopped by Team Yell, who want to prevent him from reaching the gym as Marnie's already there. During a battle against them, Rabu initially refuses to listen to Hop's commands, putting him at a disadvantage. Squirtle is able to step up though, and battles so intensely for Hop that it evolves into Wartortle. Witnessing this inspires Raboot and shows it just how much Hop is worth fighting for, so Raboot finally starts to obey him again. Together they defeat Team Yell, allowing them to continue onward. The episode ends with Hop and Raboot sharing an emotional moment, with Hop promising to not take their bond for granted ever again. Episode 76. Ash and Gloria are at a Pokemon trading event, where Gloria makes a few trades. Eventually, they reunite with Go, who's evolved his Scyther into a Scizor here. Ash really wants to battle it, but before he does, Gloria's Eevee dashes off towards Chloe, Go's friend. Chloe starts to cry and hugs Eevee, but Eevee pulls away. It turns out Chloe is the one who abandoned Eevee, so Gloria angrily confronts her. Chloe apologizes and says that she was inexperienced when she abandoned Eevee. After a scare from a wild Pokemon, she wished she still had her Eevee. Go helped her that day, and she realized that the bond between a Pokemon and a trainer isn't determined by how strong or how evolved a Pokemon is, but by trust and understanding. She's been studying Pokemon evolution ever since, in hopes of understanding Eevee better if they ever reunited. Gloria can see that Chloe is sincere, however Eevee is still upset, so Go suggests they have a tag battle to let Eevee express her feelings. The battle begins, and it's Pikachu and Eevee versus Scizor and Frostmoth. Pikachu starts with Quick Attack, while Eevee uses Sappy Seed. Scizor tanks the hit and counters with X-Scissor. Frostmoth then uses Bug Buzz on Eevee. Pikachu follows with Thunderbolt, paralyzing Scizor, while Eevee uses Glitzy Glow. Scizor then uses Air Slash on Eevee, and before Pikachu can use Iron Tail, Frostmoth uses Blizzard to hit both Pokemon. Scizor then goes for X-Scissor, but Eevee uses Sappy Seed to save Pikachu, allowing it to take out Scizor with Iron Tail. With Go out, Gloria tells Ash to let Eevee finish the battle, which he respects. Frostmoth uses Struggle Bug, but Eevee withstands it and uses Sizzly Slide to cause burn damage. Chloe doesn't give up though, and uses Aurora Beam to lower Eevee's attack. We then get a clash between Blizzard and Last Resort, and although Eevee is losing, it pushes through for the sake of Gloria and uses a secret 5th move, VV Volley, defeating Frostmoth. Eevee is feeling much better now, as all she wanted to do was prove her strength to Chloe. Gloria considers giving Eevee back to Chloe, who seems to have matured, but in a touching moment, Eevee nudges to Gloria, affirming her choice to stay. Chloe smiles, grateful that Eevee has found a loving trainer, and accepts that she lost her chance, but gained a lesson. The episode ends with the group parting ways, and Eevee's heart finally at peace, confident that she's with someone that loves her for who she really is. Next time on Sword and Shield, the Galar League arc officially begins. Thank you all for watching, and shout out to the channel members for their extra support. Remember to live your life to the fullest, and have yourself a damn good one.